Hi everybody, welcome back to Mage Renaissance, episode 12 with me, Sid, and following the slight disaster we had last episode with those possessed withers, possessed wither skeletons, I've done a little bit of work between episodes, so I have cleared my boxes. They are empty. All of my gems and everything are down here. Britannia stuff is all up there. All of my, yeah, I've basically tidied up a lot. Oh, and enchanted books are there. I don't know, have I got any more enchanted? I don't think I have. Oh yes, I have. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we'll pop the enchanted books away as well. I've also got the death chest. And I've got to smelt, so this is all stuff that we need to process, which I'm not in any desperate rush to do because we are not shy of resource right now. What we are shy of is black dye, which was what all this was about. And I went back to the nether, managed to get into a different nether fortress. Basically, as I came out the nether fortress, the portal, I'm trying to think, I came out and went that way, I went that way, so left. I turned left at the nether portal and I found another fortress and got in and got out without actually dying. We did get a wither skull. I got attacked by a wither skeleton, but it was not possessed with a skeleton, and I got a wither skull. I think fighting withers is going to be particularly entertaining this season. I should also have some soul sand, which I've got there, and in here I have got some nether warts. So first things first, I don't want to have vast quantities of nether wart growing, but it never hurts to have the odd bit just, you know, floating around growing. And again, we don't need a massive great wart farm. We're just going to basically hide these, maybe 3 or 4 of them around the place, just to add a bit of texture, a little bit of variation, and, you know, make it slightly more interesting. There we go, and the rest we keep. So yeah, I think getting with the skulls is going to be very entertaining. I have had some thoughts along those lines of how to address that particular problem. I have no idea if they are going to work. Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to, let me just take 16 of those and one of, in fact, let me take that one bit of charcoal we've got there and do that. I need 2, but that's all right. That'll do the trick for now. And so what we were after was getting the right place. We needed a fire rune. Rune of fire, which is nether brick, gunpowder and nether wart. So gunpowder, I mean nether wart even. Gunpowder, we should have plenty of that. And nether brick, which will give us one of those. Lovely. Running out of places to... Oh, there's some cobble in there, but that doesn't want to be in there, so that lot can go in there. And the cobble can go in the cobblestone chest, and that's all good and fine and dandy. And once that's done, I'll just put whatever nether wart is left back in the system. So we should have everything we need to make water runes, fire runes. We're going to need 2 of those, and that, and we should be in a position to get that started. Now that will put us in a position for, if I remember rightly, the one we were going for initially is, good, look at that, was we'll get this going anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we should have enough juice. We're probably going to have to run some more coal through this at some point, although I'll probably run charcoal rather than coal. Just because it's easier to get hold of at this stage. Come on. And two runes of fire. We are good. We'll just go and quickly sleep, and then we'll get the runes of water done, and we should be okay to carry on. Yeah. So I think the other things we're going to have to do is we are going to have to really consider our armor and possibly some other choices. So I have got some ideas, and this building is also going to change in its form. At the moment it's kind of a very generic building, and we are going to kind of tweak it as we go. So we'll get the runes of water going. I mean, the irony is the black dye is the hard one of the two. Clay I can actually get reasonably readily. There's a lot of it about if you go out to swamps. The swamps have got their own dangers, because obviously there's the swamp beasts in there, and you know, the drowned are quite nasty. They're not nasty, but they're quite nasty. Okay, we should be good at that, and we're actually not too bad for mana. So again, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure how much mana we're going to need for a lot of these operations, so we'll work that one out as we go. So we were looking at, oh god, which one was it now? Functional flora, and it was the jaded amaranth. That's it, which is a rune of spring, which in turn, the rune of spring, let me get that back there, is control. Okay. Come on. Yep. Rune of spring is water, fire, wheat, and 3 saplings. Okay. Water, fire, wheat. We're going to need some more of that, and saplings times 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, we should probably have enough to do that. I'm kind of hoping. It's a bit, Britannia's a funny one. Right, one of those, 1, 2, 3. And let's get a rune of spring going. Fortunately, I only need one of these, so that's not too bad. I just wonder what that was over there. Right, I mean, that doesn't look like a lot of mana, but and if we were doing Terra Steel, it really wouldn't be a lot of mana. But this should be more than adequate for this, I think. And nice thing is you get the runes back now. So from at least rune crafting, you don't get them if you're using them for flowers and things, but you know, yeah, we'll live. Right, so we're armed with that. Now that was one of them. The other one was the clay. The other one I was interested in was the clay coney, which was the less necessary, but I think that needed a rune of earth, which we didn't do, but we should be able to handle that quite easily. Right, it's interesting, that's the harder one of the two. Uses for that in the Petal Apoca 3 are lime, green lime, and purple with a redstone root, which is redstone and grass. Have I got any shears? I don't know. I have. Good. Hello. You should be my grass for the day. And a piece of you will give me that plus that for that. And then what did he say it was for the jaded amaranth? Purple, lime, and green. Right. That is not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I wanted purple. I want a lime, and I want a green. And then flower availability should really not be an issue ever again. Because armed with this, we've got basically a flower, as many flowers as we can ever really want. And hopefully lots and lots of black ones. That's the key here. So that, and that, and that. Jaded amaranth, we're off. Alright, let's have a peek outside, because it does need to have a reasonable space to work. I suppose if 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's working already, you see. Is it going to work down lower, or yes, it's fine. Doesn't use a great deal of mana for this, but it will basically build a square of flowers around it. Let me sort some mana out. So I think the next thing I need to do is chop down a tree, and the easiest way I think we're going to do that, I'm going to have mist. I'm going to have this. Hey, this is very much like it was inspired by the witchery broom. So as you can imagine, it steers with about the same reliability. Right, yeah. So I'm going to have this tree down. This tree we're going to turn into charcoal. The great woods are ideal for this. It would be nice if I had like a felling axe, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I will take what I've got. I also need to make sure that I'm not standing on anything that's going to vanish out from under my feet, because that will be embarrassing. Yep, get this down. Back in a bit. Alright, chop down the tree. I'm going to plant a few more of these out here, because they are handy to have around. I don't want a massive great forest of them. I mean, we've got another tree there which needs to come down, and that needs to come down at some point. Yeah, there's a few of these around, but it doesn't hurt to have 1 or 2 plastered in here. And obviously that's a nice big pile of charcoal. Curious, I got the ability to wither undead. I need to where are you? I hear you down there. I just can't see you. Ah, yeah, there's one. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, you. Not so tough now, are you? They only dropped a rotten flesh mine, but they were quite unpleasant when they attacked me earlier. So, yeah, it's nice to turn the tables on them. Anyway, yeah, so that's a curious thing. Right, I need to get some charcoal going. That's a thing. I don't think it really requires me to give you a running commentary on the charcoal production. We appear to have 1 or 2 flowers, however, including black. These are what we're after, the black ones. Now, the only problem I've had with these in the past is I often dig this thing up. But let's get some charcoal sorted, and then we can, you know, we can move on. Back in a minute. Alright, that's off again. So the next thing here is I need to get my flower pouch, and we'll get the we'll get those harvested and get some of these black ones done. Now, I do know obviously we can use the bones and the bone meal to make more flowers by doing the double high ones and shearing them. And that is an option as well. At the moment we are, no, we're not desperately low on bones, but you know, it's gonna take a little bit. Let's just maybe do a few of those just to tide us over as well. Pardon me. And the other thing we should look at is the Clayconia. We also need to get this Rune of Earth going. And the Rune of Earth requires a block of coal, some stone, and a mushroom. And a couple of those thingies. One of those. We need some gear. I think we can do it with redstone, can't we, if I remember rightly? And a block of coal. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And a mushroom. Mushroom. I think that's it. And of course we need the ever-present block of living rock. And yeah, so I've got, did I pick the flower pouch up? I did. So I can empty that out as well. But first let's get this thing going, because the Clayconia is, it's going to be one of these 6 1/2 dozen t'other situations. I need to also do, hang on, thank you, that I'm missing something. Stone. Knew there was something I was missing. Yeah, and the Clayconia's got the advantage then it will convert sand out into clay. Just give me a block of stone, thank you very much. And what I would like to do this episode is just get a little bit further into this and get the, oops, thank you, that will do us very nicely. Meanwhile, oops, the only problem with having super dig ability is the tendency to destroy everything. That you punch, including blocks. So yeah, we can do that. That's gonna work. And I mean, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it doesn't have to be. It's slow and steady wins the game, really. Let me just go over there. Are some of these full by any chance? No, so why did they not go into the pouch? I do not know. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that this is ready. So that gives us the makings of the Clayconia. Now, as I mentioned, we need one of those, thank you. The other way to do this is get some bone meal. Get there eventually. And and you picked that one up, didn't you? Of course you did. So you take those, you can basically plant those quite easily, and then you should be able to bone meal them. So it's 1 bone meal per, and that will get you 2 for every one that you plant. And combine that with our pair of shears, which of course we could get mana steel shears, and bomb. You know, we can keep that going. You get going pretty much all day. And bones are not that expensive that we can't afford to do this. It's just, you know, we also need them for the white. So it's they are a dual purpose resource. Yeah. Let me just do a little. I'll just do this stack of bone meal, and we'll be back in a moment. All right. So armed with that, we've got the yeah. There we go. Pestle and mortar. Take those. Gives me 2 and a bit stacks. We take those, and that will give me 1 to 1. But so you're getting pretty much 4 for each. Each bone meal is giving you, you know, a couple of these, and those combined with the clay, or 1 clay, will give us things. So that's actually not a bad return. I'm just going to put that back in there. I know we haven't done the clayconia bit yet, but we'll come back to that. Let's just have a look at these clay blocks. Now, have I got... I don't, so we do have to mine it. That's a pain. I don't know. You know what? Every other compressed block in Minecraft has the capability of uncrafting back to its things, but not clay, and it's not the end of the world, but it's irritating. It would just make life a lot easier if we didn't have to do that. But no problem. I'll get this done, get them cooked, because that's the other thing we're going to need to do. Oh, we probably need to make some more charcoal actually if we're cooking all of these. I may just go and borrow some actually. And yeah, we'll see how we go. So back in a moment. Alright, 4 stacks of black bricks later. We are putting down the wall course of the outside, and we've done the wall course of the inside. So these really go absolutely nowhere. I'm going to have to also bring this up 1 because I need to be able to get up onto here to do the work. Yeah, they're really not going anywhere. The other thing I really want to get rid of is this. So I think, well, because it's ugly and it doesn't belong there. I think we're going to need probably another 8, probably another 12 stacks of bricks at bare minimum to get that bit done. It's not a problem. Clay more of a problem, but again, as I say, it's not like we can't head out to the various. Helps if you have the daytime map. You've got clay over there, clay around here, clay in abundance over here. Of course, the other thing we have in abundance over here is swamp things. So it's not like we're short of clay. So I think we'll do, I'm just making more charcoal as well. I think we will head out and get some clay next. That's my next mission. I want to get this roof on, and then we can start to plan and seriously get into doing some proper magic. I can also think about storage and all the other good things that you get with the final point where you get to having a build to work with. So yeah, I'm not so desperate for those crystals at the moment that I'm going to go hunting them down. Yeah, so I'm going to grab whatever coal there is, whatever clay we can find. Not thing there. I don't think that's a drown. So at least I can jump back out onto the top of the water now, which is a plus. And yeah, so clay, more bricks. When I come back, the roof will be complete and ready for me to tear off and do some more work with, because that isn't the final shape of all the structures we're putting in there. Right, what we got? Clay here, well, I'll have it. I suppose I should try and fill that one in a little bit though, because it's going to be a bit crap otherwise. Yeah, back in a bow. These count as undead too. Alright, we've got 4 of those left. We've got 3 of these, which is what we need for this little gap here. I've got the entire roof is now covered. You'll notice there's a little bit sticking out there, some work out there. That's me starting to think about the next phase. However, we need to, in here, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 per side on this side. And on the outside, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, so 20 per side, so 60 of them. They're not overly expensive, they're just a thing that, you know, you have to do. And to make them, you are using sticks and any waste wood that I don't really want to use. Use these carvings. Carvings are made with, if we get the right thing, carvings are made with sticks and planks, and then what you use is you take oak, Chinese oak fence, which is made with sticks and logs, oak logs preference I presume, and you use those like that. So basically you do that, and that will give you 2 per. So yeah, we need to do a little bit of work here. I'm going to use some of that great wood because I've got lots and lots of that. Because if I do you and fence, I can do, yeah, that will work, won't it? Let's do the whole lot of that over, and then we'll do that into sticks, and then we can do that and that and that. Come on. Are you going to insist on being oak? You are, aren't you? I mean, I suppose it makes sense, but it's somewhat annoying. There you go. So we'll grab those, and then we take those and sticks. So all the sticks I got, I think it is. Alright, we'll do more in a moment. So that will give us a whole bunch of those, and then we want the oak fence, which is, hang on, let me get that again. Fence, okay. Some more sticks. Damn you. Damn you. Right. Let's try that again. We'll see what we get with these, because I can't yeah, you get a whole load for next to nothing. And that one is that. So we take some of those and some of I've done something wrong here. Some of those and some of those. If that doesn't give us enough, then I don't know what will. We've got a whole load left over, but it's not like, to be fair, we are going to use them. So I don't want that. We don't want the carvings. I want the deco lintels. And probably a stack of dirt. Just because I'm going to have to get up on the outside to put these in. Now, this side is easy. Because obviously we can just come down and drop in here, and I've got to remember what it's basically. There's a gap, then 2, then 3s. So 1, 2, and then 3s. 1, 2, 3, bang. 1, 2, 3, bang. 1, 2, 3, bang. And if we come over here, gap, then 2, then 1, 2, 3, bang. 1, 2, 3, bang. 3. Yeah. So that goes in. Need to do the same on the outside. I'll get that done. Back with you in a sec. Okay, that's all done. I'm starting to plot this in now. What we're going to have here is a large tower that goes up, and it will break. Oh, we also need to do that while we're thinking about it, because that is done. I put them over there. So I've moved the entrance over here to bring this on level. This is going to things. This is rammed earth from Chinese workshop, and I think I will go under here and replace all of this with this. It's actually very cheap. Yeah, rammed earth is dirt. It's 1-to-1 straight dirt to things. So I think we may go there just because we can. Right, I need a pond. That'll get me down safely. These are all grown as well, so that's all nice. So this will be things. These walls will come out. Obviously, this will come out as well. And we'll bring it all the way back here. This is 21 wide. This will probably be 21 deep and go into the side of the mountain, and then we'll grow up and out of it. I say 21 wide. I may actually, thinking about it, go from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21. 21 would actually bring it to here, which would be ideal. And it would fit into that nicely. So I think that's probably where we're going to go with the building side of things. Well, with the magic side of things, I'm still I keep on thinking I've got B for backpack, and I don't. I am still somewhat between choices. I definitely need to get and do more Thorncraft. That's a given. There's no, dispute there. However, I also need to do Britannia. There's so many things to do. Blood magic. Now, the blood magic I'm going to keep out of the Chinese section and into the mountain side. I think I'm going to have dungeons and, something dark for that. Not necessarily bloody, but dark. However, there is one thing I would like to do. And this may prove foolish. It may not. We'll find out. But the next monk mod level is take a very high leap of faith onto hay. Now, I don't know what a very high leap of faith looks like, but we should also get that lot out while we're at it, just because it's ugly. I do know that I would like a good screenshot from a high altitude of what we've got going on here, and I do know that we've got a very high mountain up there. So let's have a look. For starters, if we were to, what I basically want is somewhere down here. This could well be another gravestone marker. However, never let it be said that I am afraid to try things. That's quite high. Let's see whether that counts. What we'll do is, we'll go through the monastery now. We're getting a little bit restrictive in where we can go, but I think once we've got this all built, it'll be great. We'll head up the mountainside and get a screenshot, but I will see you when I get up the top there. Alright, second time is the charm. Hup. Yes. Wow. Well, that was entertaining. I'm just going to knock out a few of these blocks just to blend this in, I think. And I've got some sand to knock down. level 16 give me? 80%, and we've got almost diamond armor. Now this is sleep upon a bed of rock. Remember, look before you sleep. I've got no idea. Sleep upon a bed of rock. Don't know. And then you're now blind. To restore your sight, slay. Oh, Jesus. I think we might want to research that before we go any further, because yeah, that sounds more than a little crazy. Now a sensible thing would be to capture some relatively safe mobs, such as, you know, a bog standard zombie, put them into a locked up room so I can stand on one side, I can punch them to death, and then let the blindness come. But that kind of smacks of a little bit of cheatiness, which, yeah, it's I don't know, it seems to be outside of the spirit of the thing. Anyway, I need to go and grab that sand down because it's ugly, so I'll do that. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye for now.